All right.
All right, and we will go ahead and begin with Coach Kelly this evening. Coach, if you'd like to make an opening statement.
Yes. I think, first and foremost, winning is hard. And, just to be here talking about a victory is really satisfying given the fact that, just about 10 days ago, we had 36 guys that were unavailable to us. And in short order to, prepare our team and have our guys be selfless and take care of themselves and put themselves in a position to win a football game today. I couldn't be more proud of our group, our coaches, our support staff. We gave the game ball out to Rob Hunt and Dr. Matt Leisler. We couldn't have been here today without their extraordinary efforts to get our football team safe and healthy. So just overwhelmed with a sense of, I think, pride that we have such a great support group that was able to get this group together. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
All right, Coach, our first question is from Tyler James of the South Bend Tribune. And Tyler, I believe you're on mute.
No Tyler. All right, let's go to the next.
All right, we will try with Eric Hansen.
No Eric Hansen. Must be on our end.
We're going to pause here for some audio fixes. Thanks for your patience. And in the meantime, if you'd like to submit your questions via chat or the Q&A, please do that, and we will be sure to ask your question. Moving Sean Crawford to cornerback, and how would you evaluate how he handled the move?
Well, the thought was that, Cam got out of quarantine yesterday, Cam Hart. Let's see. Do we need to do that? McLeod was unavailable until Thursday of this week. Clarence Lewis was unavailable until Thursday of this week. So we were down three of the corners that played quite a bit. So it was Tariq and a bunch of freshmen that really weren't particularly ready. So, Sean had played the position. So, he was, again, as I mentioned to you earlier, selfless in the sense that, he moved over to the cornerback position and bailed us out in a very, very difficult time, playing a position that, he hadn't been repping at all because he had played, all those safety reps.
Our next question is from Tyler James. Were you comfortable with Liam Eichenberg going back in with his eye looking the way it was?
Yeah, I don't make those decisions. I defer to our medical professionals, and they felt like once they put an eye shield on and they got the swelling down and he had full vision, they're always going to err on the safety end of things. They're never going to put a kid back in unless he feels like, or they feel like they can protect themselves and that they can be effective. And then I asked Liam. I said, Liam, how do you feel about playing? And he said, I feel great. I want to go back in there. So there wasn't any hesitation at all.
And another injury question from Doug Farmer. In addition to an update on Liam, which you gave, what about an update on Paul Moala?
I don't have one for you. It looked to be an ankle, and then I got updated that it was more severe than that. I don't have specific information about the severity of it. We'll get an MRI, and then we'll have further information for you when we talk on Monday.
Our next question is from Tim Priester. You expressed concern over the tackling after missing 3 weeks. How much of that was Jordan Travis's creation?
Oh, he's a good player. There's no doubt. But that was not our A game. But good teams win when they have their B or C game. And our defense did not have their A game today. And a lot of it has to do with a combination of a really good player and Travis. I thought he played extremely well. They had a good scheme for him that made it difficult for us in terms of making some adjustments. But again, we gave him 10 points and we keep him to 16. And, and that's not playing, at our best. We can play much better. And some of that is attributed to, obviously, the layoff that we had. So, look, I'm not up here making excuses for our guys, but the quarterback's good. There was a layoff there, and we still, with not playing our very best, we still came out with a pretty good victory.
Our next question is from Eric Hansen. Kyron Williams had a strong response after the fumble. Did you or the staff leave him alone after the play, or was something said to him?
No, he's a competitor. We just reminded him about ball security. Again, and he wasn't hit a lot. We only had one opportunity in these last 3 weeks to go live with our guys. And again, I'm not up here to make excuses for guys, but he's a great competitor and he bounced back. And you saw, look, great competitors, put that play behind them and they move on. And that's the kind of competitor he is. He moved on from a mistake he made and showed the kind of athlete that he is.
Our next question is from Mark Skoll, also concerning Kyron Williams. Williams and Tyree both hit over 100 yards tonight. Why do you think these young backs are seeing the field so well?
Because they have really good guys blocking for them. There's 5 guys up front. There's receivers blocking for them. There's tight ends that are blocking for them. We got a lot of guys that are doing a lot of really good work for the backs, and then they're making good, decisive cuts and seeing things very well. So it's a combination of all those things. Good backs that are making really patient cuts and letting the offensive line do their work.
Our next question is from Pete Sampson. Where do you think the layoff impacted the team the most, and why did the run game seem almost immune to any kind of rest tonight?
It's hard to duplicate the speed of the game, and I thought that our conditioning element, was not where it needs to be. We were playing a tempo team, and the legs get a little bit tired. We had a long week of practice. Look, we had to push them hard this week. It wasn't ideal in terms of optimal game readiness, if you will. We were a little tired, if you will, but we had to do it to get them game ready. And you could see there was a little bit of fatigue defensively. We were falling off some tackles, but from an offensive line standpoint, they excel under those circumstances. And the work for them, I think, was positive in that sense. And, again, that group is a unique group. There's not a group that I've coached that those 5 guys work so well together.
We have a few questions about the offensive line from Josh Vallis and Matt Freeman. What made you go with Dylan Gibbons over Josh Lugg, and how would you evaluate both Dylan and Aaron Banks this evening?
Well, Gibbons is a left guard, and we lost the left tackle, so we normally bump Banks out to the left tackle position as the first man in. Lugg had just stayed on the right side because we were moving him in and out because we were giving Tommy Kramer a blow. Tommy banged up his the shoulder cuff during the week, so we were moving Lugg in, and Lugg got most of his reps this week at the right guard position. So he really wasn't prepared to go in on the left side, and so when we had to make the choice, it just was the wiser decision to put in Gibby because he had gotten all those reps at the left guard position.
Our next question is from Tyler James. Why was Javon McKinley able to have some success in the passing game tonight?
He's coming on. I mean, he's it's just one of those things where sometimes it just takes longer. He's a beast, and he just needs to think that way more often. I think he's starting to think that way. I mean, I think he is, isn't he? Aren't you? He's starting to think that way. He can't be defended. I mean, there's nobody, I don't think, in college football that can defend that kid. I mean, Samuels is one of the best corners in the country, and he didn't have much of a chance defending him. So if he just continues to work the way he's been working, he's been one of our better practice players. He is a great leader with those wide receivers. I've been telling him he's got a chance to do some special things.
Our next question is from Tim Priester. Ian Book showed a willingness to let it go and challenge with the deep ball this evening. He played aggressively in the passing game, so was that a point of emphasis in the first two games?
No, I think your observations are right on. It was a conversation that he kind of had with us this week. He said he felt really good, as good as he's felt in quite some time. I don't know, maybe a perspective that he had gained that he was very calm in the pocket. I thought he saw the field well. He was aggressive in pushing the ball down the field, and it was nice to see. And if we continue to see that from Ian Book, he's going to be very difficult to defend.
And we'll wrap it up with Pete Sampson. Even if the defense didn't have its A game this evening, do you think the physicality of that group ultimately wore down Florida State, and can that be part of the identity of this team?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, Travis, he's a really good player. I mean, he did some really nice things, but he was getting hit very hard. In that last couple of drives, he got up slow. He's a tough competitor, but it was starting to take a toll on him physically, and our group was just starting to come together. Kyle had a big hit late in the fourth quarter too, so I think the physicality was coming together. We were getting our legs back, but that having some time off, it just takes some time. But it's a physical defense, and like I said, it wasn't their A game, but they will play at a much higher level, and it'll be fun to watch.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thanks.